clinched a playoff berth right now.
Yeah, Monterey still has to deal with the Sonora Souls in their division. And with Cedar Rapids, man, you got to look out for is the always prolific Gordy Gerson. 4 goals last time he was here at the Onset War Memorial Arena. We know what he can do from really anywhere on this indoor soccer pitch.
Well, you know, Christian, I'd like to think me and Gordy have a lot in common. We both like
Really?
cookies. We
Okay.
both like cookies. We both like The Simpsons. We both like the movie Dodgeball. And both of our nicknames, his nickname is Kid Dynamite. My nickname was Kid Dynamite when I played soccer because every time I stepped on a soccer field, I completely bombed. And
That's
you're
off. Go leave now. Leave. Just.
you know you're bad at soccer when your dad benches you.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jonah. But this is Syracuse Silver Knights. You're on the broadcast with me as we get set for some Syracuse Silver Knights action here at the Onset War Memorial Arena. We'd like to thank all the fans who fought the snowy conditions outside and was able to come down to enjoy some MASL soccer. Cedar Rapids will kick it off to begin this ball game. We'll tell you who the Cedar Rapids and Syracuse Silver Knights starters are as we get into this game. Officials on the field for this team for the game today are Brian Miller and Ramiro Cruz. Gordy Gernson's just standing over the ball waiting for the whistle. There's a whistle from the official Ramiro Cruz, and we're underway as St. House takes the ball. For the Cedar Rapids Rampage, it's Gordy Gernson, Bobby Hurwitz, Victor Francis, Edwin Rojas, and Josio Sandoval that are on the field, along with Hainer, the Brazilian goalkeeper who is making his 8th start for the Rampage. Shot coming quickly here from the Rampage to start things off. For Syracuse, the usual suspects out on the field. Darren Tobe, Domenico Vitale, Conardo Forbes, Bo Yelovak, and Slavica Ubi Parapovic, with the always great Andrew Coughlin in goal. He's really had himself, Jonah, a really great season, Andrew.
Well, Andrew Coughlin's been really phenomenal for the Syracuse Silver Knights. He has a save percentage of 70% on the year. That's absolutely outstanding.
No, Andrew Coughlin hasn't put much of a foot wrong entering his 3rd MASL season with the Syracuse Silver Knights as a pass from Francis goes awry from Bobby Hurwitz, but able to pick it back up. No changes coming from either team yet in terms of going to their bench. Light Rapids team here, only 13 players officially dressed for Cedar Rapids. Defensive clearance will give the Rampage an early opportunity here at the top of the arc. Syracuse in their last game, able to get a really, really great win, 9-5 over the Florida Tropics, in a game where Syracuse did not have Conardo Forbes.
Yeah, well, they had Bo Yelovak and Liam Callahan, both of who scored 2 goals.
Here comes a shot, and Derek Huffman's shot is blocked into the crowd. So a small missed opportunity here from the Tropics. But again, like you said, in the absence of Conardo Forbes, it was really Liam Callahan and Patrick Thompson who picked up the slack in the absence of the Jamaican.
And, of course, Joey Tavernisi, the most consistent player on the Silver Knights team all season long, stepped up in the game as well, scored a goal, had 2 assists, 3 points overall, and they earned his 2nd straight MASL Team of the Week honor.
Rojas doubled in the corner, and Patrick Thompson able to win the ball back, but goes to the feet of the Rampage, and it's twisted away by Coughlin, I should say, and now the Rampage able to win back the ball, though, as Hainer picks it up. Ball goes back into play. There's Joey Tavernisi lifting it high and long for Nate Bordeaux. Derek Huffman there, one of the men who heads the ball away. Ben Raymond onto the pitch, but into the hands of Hainer. Should have mentioned also for some of you Syracuse fans who are regulars of the broadcast might notice the Syracuse Silver Knights wearing special red jerseys here. It's because it's National Red Women Wear Red for Women Day, and the Syracuse Silver Knights are wearing these red jerseys to support and navigate women's heart health issues. These jerseys will be auctioned off after the game. Portion of the proceeds go to the Go Red for Women initiative of the American Heart Association. Really great initiative that the Silver Knights are sponsoring today.
And Christian, we're jumping in on the action as well. You're wearing your red shirt and red tie. I'm wearing a red tie. Well, that you gave me. I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised you didn't have red in your closet, and that seems like a normal color that a lot of guys would have.
You know, it's just really not my color. It's those bright colors, red, orange, yellow. Don't really have too many of those.
Yeah, I mean, it allows you to stand out in a crowd, that red. You know, psychologists say that red is one of the first colors that people notice whenever people are in a crowd.
Well, that's why you don't want to buy a red car, because you're more likely to get pulled over.
Indeed, as Joey Tavernisi is muscled off the ball by Huffman, but it is a foul indeed on the Huffman, and Syracuse gets a restart. Forbes finally back onto the pitch. He probably feels good to be back in this Syracuse War Memorial here. Forbes looking for Darren Toby. He's got 3 goals, I should say, in his last 2 games, and almost got his 4th there. Toby has 5 goals on this season as Victor France stops the ball at midfield, but Canardo Forbes picks it up. Now Ben Raymond. Joey Tavernisi down the right-hand side. Nicely done there by Charlie Bales to get the ball away from Tavernisi. France picks it up. Now over to Mario Alvarez. He digs the ball out of the boards over to Hayner. Raymond picks up the ball in midfield, and we'll settle things down. Over 3.5 minutes gone here in this first quarter. Nice stop and turn there from Slavisa. Puts Domenico Vitale clean down the right-hand side. Marked there by Hosio. And Yelovac has it on the left-hand side. Hosio closing him down there. In France, but the fake shot. So the ball will continue to settle down for Slavisa. Here's Jake Schindler on. Started there by Gernson. Coughlin passes back to Slavisa. Mentioned this in the last game. We've seen really Slavisa move back more in midfield. Really sit down as really that back of court midfielder that Syracuse has relied on to dig the ball out and provide strong shots from distance. Here is the Bosnian on the ball. Guarded there by Gernson. Nice ball rolls from the Bosnian. However, he's dispossessed by Arriaga, and Gernson runs over it. Instead, the ball goes back to Coughlin. Now Yelovac. Lets the ball go, and there's Bobby Hurwitz. Hurwitz and Yelovac fighting for the ball, and Yelovac's called on the foul. No real opportunities on goal yet. The first one really coming from the foot of Darren Toby in this game so far. Tied at nothing apiece between the Syracuse Silver Knights and the Cedar Rapids Rampage. Last time these two teams met here at the Onset War Memorial Arena, it was a 6-5 win for the Cedar Rapids Rampage, and it was 4 goals coming off the boot of Cody Gernson, including the game winner. Here's Gernson on the ball now. Nice flick on to Hurwitz. Hurwitz battling Yelovac, and Coughlin able to force the ball off the boards. On the ball was Rojas, and Yosio lets the ball go away for Hayner. Bordeaux closing down Rojas. And the ball finds Osvaldo Rojas. No relation between him and Edwin Rojas.
Well, Christian, you mentioned the 4 goals the last time these two teams squared off for Gordy, and quite frankly,
shot! And Sam Guernsey goes wide left of the goal.
His stats really tell the entire story of how good this player really is.
And 19 goals, 8 assists on the season for the Buffalo Grove, Illinois native.
But you look at it, the entirety of his career with Cedar Rapids, Gordy Gerson has over 160 points in his career in just 3 years. By comparison, Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic and Canardo Forbes are nearing 200, and they've played twice as long.
Yeah, Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic on 195 career points. Canardo Forbes sitting on 189, both of them racing to get to 200. As the ball was picked up by Alex Bradley. Fighting in the corner is Alvarez. And Tavernisi tried to get the ball away from Bradley. Instead it will fall over to Huffman. Nice moves from Ubi-Parapovic. Get the ball away on the defensive end. Tried looking long for a pass for Forbes, but said the ball will still settle in this Syracuse zone. And Fatale has some space down the right-hand side. Battling against Victor France. And I'll pass it over to Jake Schindler, who just comes off the bench. 7 minutes gone here in the first quarter of play. No score between the Rampage and the Silver Knights. Only really one shot on goal coming from Darren Toby, that forcing a save from Hayner House. Bates. Yelvok pressuring House, and that forces a bad pass. Ben Raymond picks it up in midfield. Hurwitz trying to go after him, and the crossing shot, Ubi Parapovic's header right over to Hayner, and now Cedar Rapids looks to break. Osvaldo Rojas, Cody Gertz all along on the right-hand side. Nicely closed down by Schindler, though, and Schindler using that big, strong Rochester body. He got the ball away from Gernson, and now Rampage actually pick it back up with Huffman, but instead it goes back to the feet of Ben Raymond. Schindler wants to pass back to Coughlin, does so eventually. Coughlin now looking down the right-hand side for Bernardo Forbes. Bobby Hurwitz there as well. Forbes off the boards. Tavernisi was in the middle of the box, but wasn't able to get a shot on target. And eventually the ball falls to the feet of Nate Bordeaux. All alone in space is Darren Toby. Does he want to try a shot from distance? No, a pass back to Domenico Fatale. Forbes. Toby. Into the corner for Tavernisi, guarded there by Sandoval. Double coming from Osvaldo Rojas. Back over to Toby. And now Forbes will settle things down. Over to Tavernisi in the middle of the box, but it falls to Darren Toby. Syracuse is doing a good job of keeping possession, though. That's something that Coach Ryan Hall does want to see from his team. Tavernisi forced down, and foul is going to be called on Cedar Rapids. So Syracuse will get a restart very close to the penalty box.
Well, what's fascinating early in this game is it's a good, hard-fought defensive contest. Probably not what we expected to see. A game removed for both teams, coming off victories where both teams scored 9 goals in each of their respective wins.
Yeah, a big 9-7 win for Cedar Rapids against Kansas City the last time that the Rampage were out. Nate Bordeaux over to Domenico Fatale. Great save by Hannah House. He's out of the box, though. Got to be careful. But Jake Schindler will settle things down. Schindler over to Tavernisi, and not able to put the ball into the net. Ball goes out of play, and the officials will take a timeout.
That was just a bad angle for Tavernisi. He had a wide open look and pretty much a wide open net, but he was basically parallel to the goal. A hard shot for him.
Looks like it will be a defensive clearance against Cedar Rampage. Syracuse will have a restart at the top of the box. When we come back here, you're listening to the Syracuse Silver Knights on MASL.TV. You're watching the Syracuse Silver Knights on MASL.TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. Ubi Parapovic with his left foot. Looks for Leo Callahan. Corrado Forbes right-footed shot is into some Cedar Rapids players, and Tavernisi picks the ball up in the corner, back over to Forbes. He's got his right foot free yet again. Decides not to use it. Instead goes back to Bo Yelovak. Back over to Forbes. Marked there by Sam Guernsey. Ubi Parapovic. Back over to Forbes. And Yelovak and Liam Callahan will get changes. Andrew Coughlin is pressured on the ball by Sam Guernsey. He looks long for Slavisa. Slavisa settles the ball down. Has Ben Raymond streaking down to his right-hand side, but he's blocked by Gordy Gernson, who lets out a scream. You can tell that Gordy Gernson just loves the game of soccer. Shows so much emotion every time he's on the pitch. Ben Raymond now over to Nate Bordeaux. And Bordeaux looked for Cornado Forbes, but gets the ball back anyway. Shot saved by House. Hayner playing in his 8th game for the Rampage. Being called on multiple times already. Following the same script for Syracuse against the Tropics. Syracuse getting the majority of offensive possessions against Florida last time that the Silver Knights were out. Joey Tavernese! 19th goal of the season for Joey Tavernese. He is now 6 points away from breaking the all-time single-season record for Silver Knights points in a single season.
Not only that, but Joey Tavernese, for him, that's his 11th point in his last 5 games. He's just been on fire, as hot as any player in the league this year.
And it shows, especially given to the recognition by the fellow MASL teams. Tavernese was voted to the MASL Team of the Week for the 2nd straight week. Got it against, thanks to his performance over the weekend against St. Louis. Patrick Thompson able to intercept the ball, though. He's taken to the ground by Mario Alvarez, and Cedar Rapids will reset.
That was a good defensive recovery by Alvarez.
Very good defensive recovery from Alvarez. Back to Tavernese, though. A goal and 2 assists in the last game for Syracuse against the Florida Tropics. Ball off the boards from Rojas. Not able to find a Rampage boot, but here's Alvarez. Rojas and Alvarez try to 1-2 there, but now Jake Schindler running up. Side will pass back to Patrick Thompson, and Syracuse will get changes to bring out some more offensive players. Bordeaux. Forbes. Back over to Bordeaux. Again, we've talked to Ryan Hall enough times to know that he loves his team possession. And he loves good defense and good team possession. That's what Syracuse has done the past couple of games, keeping the ball well and able to defend very, very well. They have the early 1-0 lead from Joey Tavernese. Raymond tried to give the ball back to Forbes. A little too strong for him, but he'll settle things down in midfield. Here's Darren Toby. Pressure coming there from Osvaldo Rojas, forces the ball back to Andrew Coughlin. Here is Coughlin. Has some space down the left-hand side, trying to look for Joey Tavernese. Able to get down the boards. But Hayner right there to get the ball away. Here's Alex Bradley. Now over to Osvaldo Rojas. Rojas scuffed a shot there. And the ball will go to the left-hand side. Hurwitz doubled in the corner. Darren Toby gets it away. However, nice job there from Fibo Arriaga. Rupar Povich still trying to get the ball away. Bradley's in the corner. Yusuf Sandoval looking for Osvaldo Rojas, and Coughlin able to get the ball out of the box and slightly avoid danger, but Cedar Rapids continues to hold the ball. Hurwitz's shot blocked there by Ben Raymond. Now Corrado Forbes just the ball into the offensive zone for Syracuse, but Hayner's right there. Hayner still being pressured by Forbes. Don't clear the ball, but only as far as Ben Raymond. Excellent defensive work there from Syracuse. Thompson finds Ubi Parapovich on the right side. Under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. 1-0 Silver Knights lead thanks to a Joey Tavernese goal. Here's Domenico Vitale. Over to Nate Bordeaux. Nice fancy footwork there from Bordeaux. Goes back to Jake Schindler. And Syracuse, a possession-based team, likes to keep the ball until there's an open passing lane, but not able to do so there. Victor France coming up with the interception. But he gives it away to Nate Bordeaux. Bordeaux! Syracuse also very good at winning the ball back. And a dangerous giveaway there allows Nate Bordeaux to score with a rocket of a shot into the top of the net. Silver Knights lead 2-0.
Well, one thing that Syracuse has done much better in this game than Cedar Rapids has early on is getting behind the respective defense. And Nate Bordeaux showed it right there. He was able to get a wide open look from the top of the box, put it right through the top of the net.
Bordeaux's 11th of the season. It's the Baldwinsville native. Puts the Silver Knights up 2-0. Hainer. A look long for Rojas. Syracuse doing a good job doubling in the corners and trying to force a lot of pressure, but Gordy Gertz picks it up there. Battling against Raymond. Open net, and Tavernisi with a nice bicycle kick to get the ball away. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. And Silver Knights up 2-0 thanks to Joey Tavernisi and Nate Bordeaux. Hainer looking long. And Slavisa picks it up. Here's Forbes. Handball called onto Huffman. And Silver Knights will restart at midfield. 38.5 seconds left. Still enough time for Syracuse to potentially get an attack here. Here's Bernardo Forbes. Over to Slavisa. Finds Vittorio Petrera. Down to Tavernisi. Battling there against Edwin Rojas. 20 seconds now as Tavernisi's pass intended for Ubi Parapovic, snuffed out there by Osvaldo Rojas. As Ubi Parapovic picks it up though. Petrera back to Forbes, and here's Forbes! Shot into the netting though. Remember against Baltimore, Forbes, probably not from that long of a distance, but still scored a very similar shot with his right foot from very long range against the Baltimore Blast back on January 12th.
Yeah, well, it's only 10 seconds left, but you do give the ball back to the possession of Cedar Rapids. Who knows what they could do in the next 10 seconds?
Victor Franch tries to do something here. So he tries to find Gordy Gertz down the left-hand side, I should say, but Deretobi will just clear the ball away, and that is the end of the first quarter of play. So we're through one quarter of play here at the end of 15 minutes. Silver Knights lead 2-0 over to Cedar Rapids Rampage. We'll be right back here on MASL.TV. Get the latest on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. Second quarter getting underway here as Syracuse on the ball to begin things. Tavernisi forced away from the ball, and now Alex Bradley might have a chance down the left-hand side. He'll hold things up, waiting for Victor France in the middle of the park. His ball off the board's not able to find France, though, and Tavernisi picks it up at midfield, trying to beat Sandoval. Goes down the right-hand side, has Patrick Thompson in the middle, tries to find him, but Elwin Rojas there to And the ball away. Defensive clearance called against the Rampage. Syracuse with their second top-of-the-arc opportunity of the game.
Both teams got good looks and good opportunities right there, but both teams, it appears, are a little too jumpy, a little too anxious to start. Let's slow things down. If you have a good opportunity, maybe pass the ball, find that extra man who has open space.
Slavisa Parapovic stands over the ball, tries a shot, and it's into the net. Joey Tavernisi trying to claim that went off Hayner. And Brian Miller is going to overrule Ramiro Cruz here and saying that the ball did in fact go off Hayner's fingertips, so it will be a corner for Syracuse. Lucky break there for the Silver Knights. Parapovic stands in the corner. They'll pass for Bernardo Forbes, who passes for Bordeaux, and the shot is blocked there. Looked like Alex Bradley was the one who got his body in front of the ball, and Bordeaux rams a player into the boards. I think Bordeaux's lucky to get away with just a common foul, as Sam Guernsey was the man on the ball who got rammed into the boards by Bordeaux. Edwin Rojas restarts things here for the Rampage. They're down 2-0 after goals from Joey Tafernisi and Nate Bordeaux were scored in the first quarter to give the Silver Knights their 2-0 lead here. Hayner trying to find someone, finds Victor France. It's being guarded there hard by Bernardo Forbes. Sandoval will just pass back to Hayner. Hayner looking long for Alex Bradley, and France heads it down. Edwin Rojas. Tavernisi slightly marking him. It's Victor France, left-footed shot off the boards. Knocked away there by Andrew Coughlin. France able to pick it back up though. Nice spin move. Shot! It goes off the post, and Edwin Rojas' header not nearly on target. Syracuse still hasn't been able to clear it out. Defensive clearance called against Bernardo Forbes.
That's what I'm saying, Christian. A wide open look, this time right next to the cage. It was almost like it was a little bit rushed, a little too anxious for Cedar Rapids, but they get the ball right here, a free kick opportunity. Let's see what they can do with it.
Huffman and France stand over it. It's Huffman, and that ball is well wide. And Syracuse gets the ball as it goes over the boards. Forbes being pressured by Gerdson, and the ball eventually gets away. There's Forbes, who passes it back to Fatale. Dangerous ball, though, and Syracuse still hasn't yet cleared it. Now Rampage may have numbers, but Osvaldo Rojas rushed a shot there. Rojas had Gertie Gerdson pretty much wide open in the middle of the box. We decided to settle that first and not go for a first-time shot. So another missed opportunity offensively for the Rampage. Ubi Parapovic gets the ball back after a nice tackle from Domenico Fatale, and here's Bo Yelovac running down the left-hand side. He's battling against Huffman. Jake Schindler for Bernardo Forbes. Back over to Schindler down the boards. And Drew Coughlin. By Coughlin's standards, again, another pretty quiet day as he looks long for Bo Yelovac. Hayner able to punch it away, and Gordy Gerdson tries to clear it. But it falls to the feet of the Bosnian Ubi Parapovic. Here is Slavisa. He's looking long for Darren Toby, who's made a nice run down the right-hand side. Darren Toby off the boards, though.
That was a great pass from Slavisa Ubi Parapovic.
Ubi Parapovic has 11 assists on the year. Was looking for number 12 there. And again, another slight missed opportunity there for Syracuse, for Cedar Rapids. Tavernisi fights Bernardo Forbes! There's point 190 in his Syracuse career for Bernardo Forbes. It comes in the form of his 14th goal of the season. And last year's Silver Knights MVP extends the Silver Knight lead 2-3.
And good vision there from the far side, looking for Bernardo Forbes, who is wide open in space. You got to find the extra man, the man that's just wide open. Bernardo Forbes was that guy, and he was able to capitalize.
And more record watch for Joey Tavernisi. That's his 19th assist of the season. He needs 3 more to set that all-time Silver Knights record. And also, he now needs 5 more points to set that all-time Silver Knights record for a single season. Joey Tavernisi's historic season continues. And with his beautiful pass to set up Bernardo Forbes, Syracuse also has a 3-0 lead over the second-place team in the MLE Central Division. Hader goes for goal. Still going for goal as he is essentially a 6th attacker here. And Syracuse might have an empty net if they move quickly, but Rampage able to regain possession. It's one of the few rare goalie shots you see from an MASL keeper. You'll see Hugo Silva of Harrisburg do that a couple of times as well, go for goal. But the Brazilian looking for his own goal as well. Back to France. Over to Bobby Hurwitz. Hurwitz back over to France.
It's like one of those rare moments in baseball where a pitcher hits a home run.
Indeed, that's a little less, a little less uncommon than you might think, especially with the advent of pitchers like Madison Bumgarner, who are really those power pitchers now. But it's still a very, very rare opportunity. Especially, it's almost like a American League pitcher hitting a home run. I don't remember the last time an American League pitcher has hit a home run.
I'll have to think about that one.
That's probably a really good trivia question to ask. Since Bobby Hurwitz went for goal there, missed the wide. Hurwitz is again free, and Andrew Kaufwood has the ball knocked out of his hands, and Ramiro Cruz is saying no goal as Hurwitz was called on fouling Andrew Kaufwood. Time called here as Cruz talks it over. Nate Bordeaux is over there with the officials. So all the officials will now come together and talk it over.
That has to be a foul, Christian, I think.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Hurwitz just ran into Coffin and forced the ball out of his hands. Would almost surprise me if they turned this over.
And even if it's close like that, you got to go with your gut. And there was no definitive evidence otherwise, I don't think, unless the other 3 officials saw something different.
Be really, really tough for me to see if this is called a goal. Brian Miller is going over to talk with the benches now. Looks like Miller's just there on the Rampage bench, and head coach Ante Chope. What the call is. Looks like it will stay Syracuse ball with no goal given, as Coughlin has been given a restart. So no goal. Bobby Hurwitz did have a ton of space though in the middle of the box. Syracuse has got to be careful.
Well, to answer your question and to answer the question of all of the trivia watchers out there of Major League Baseball and the fans of MASL soccer, the last American League starting pitcher to hit a home run was Marcus Stroman of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Wonderful. The Canadian getting, the American up north in Canada getting some work done. As Victor Francis' shot went wide. Hurwitz. Now back over to Aria.
We're here to entertain and inform.
That was Ariaga who lost the ball in midfield. Hurwitz picks it up. So for anyone who's studying for their next HQ trivia session,
right?
There you go.
Could be a question.
Could be a question.
That's right.
Scott, if you're watching. Gordy Gertzi gets away from Domenico Vitale. Victor France gets possessed by Slavisa, and Jake Schindler gets it away. Gertson versus Toby and Vitale, got to be a matchup to watch this entire game. And again, it's Vitale there who gets the ball away from Gertson. Now looks to the left-hand side for Slavisa. Slavisa over to Canardo Forbes. Back over to Slavisa. Ball roll. He'll step back up and go for Ben Raymond. Wasn't expecting the ball, and Cody Gertson right there to pounce on that. Sam Gertson is trying to shield two Syracuse members. Eventually, it's Slavisa who picks it back up. Over to Canardo Forbes. Battling Gertson here. Forbes with the shot. Eventually falls to the feet of Gertson. He's trying to shield Forbes. Forbes called for the foul. Hoffman with the restart. So the ball goes over to Hainer. Hainer looks for Osvaldo Rojas. Back over to Hainer. Hainer again with his second shot of the game. Sam Gertson with a shot. And Darren Toby able to finally get the ball away after it deflects off a Rampage player. The Canardo Forbes might have some space. But Bordeaux's pass intended for him goes over the boards. Seeing some really aggressive goalie play coming here from Hainer House. And I think Syracuse is still trying to get used to it because that's two pretty good looks he's gotten.
It's a strategy that I'm kind of curious about, considering right now the Rampage are down 3-0. I'd imagine they want to play a little more conservative so they don't let up a 4th or 5th goal and dig themselves too deep of a hole to climb out. Then again, I'm not the coach.
Yeah, then again, you are not Coach Ante Trope, who is on the bench for the Rampage. As Mario Alvarez looks for Cody Gertson. And that shot for Derek Huffman goes off the inside of the right post. And Cedar Rapids at this point is just getting unlucky with some of their chances. Hard to say that they don't deserve a goal in this game. But right now, as it stands, it's still Silver Knights 3-0. Goal coming in this quarter from Canardo Forbes. Joey Tavernisi and Nate Bordeaux scoring in the first quarter. Edward Rojas. All open in spaces. Alvarez, and this time he just breaks his own ankles there. And Silver Knights live to see another day. The shot coming from Derek Huffman. Not the kind of offensive shot you want to look. Patrick Thompson able to get the ball away as Huffman is looking for a foul onto Thompson instead. We'll get the ball back here. Marked there by Ben Raymond. Here's Edward Rojas. Over to back to Alvarez. Osvaldo Rojas. Yelva called for fouling Osvaldo. Quick restart from the Rampage. Not able to fool the Silver Knights though. Back to Alvarez. Low save coming from Coughlin. Danger still in the area. Rojas! Still danger. Bordeaux finally gets the ball away. Against Cedar Rapids though. Very good chances coming here in this second quarter. Huffman back over to Hainer. Changes coming here for the Rampage. Huffman on the ball. Juan Josio Sandoval fresh off the bench. Back over to Hainer. Pressure there coming from Thompson. Back over to Sandoval.
All Syracuse needs to do is poke it away right here.
Sandoval still playing that high line like you know this Jonah. And here is Hainer who crosses midfield. Yelva closing him down. Looking for Victor France. Darren Toby guarding him in the corner. Charlie Bales. Bales with the shot. And that one goes into the crowd, and the officials will call a timeout. 6:05 left to go in this second quarter. Silver Knights with a 3-0 lead over the Cedar Rapids Rampage. Welcome back to Silver Knight Soccer here on MASL.TV as Charlie Bales tries a shot off the restart, saved by Andrew Coughlin. Syracuse leads 3-0 over Cedar Rapids. Goals coming from Joey Tavernisi, Nate Bordeaux, and Canardo Forbes. Jake Schindler goes off the left boards for Tavernisi, with Derek Huffman right there. Bales gets the ball away, and Victor France, as 3 Silver Knights around him, gets the ball away to Huffman. And now Hanner looks long. Victor France was all alone, but the pass from Alex Bradley was a little too weak, and Domenico Vitale able to pick it up. Tavernisi's found himself in the back of the Syracuse defense. He'll come off for a change. This Bosnian Slavica will be Parapovic on. It's Andrew Coughlin. Goes over to Bo Yelovak. Poked away by Hurwitz. Victor France able to pick it up. Sandoval trying to get the ball away from Forbes, and here's Sandoval running down the left-hand side. Right there, though, is Bo Yelovak. A dangerous pass there from Yelovak, as Syracuse has already scored an own goal very similar to that earlier this season. Again, we mentioned it last game. When you look back to the San Diego game on November 5th, Jake Schindler was trying to pass the ball back to Andrew Coughlin, but Coughlin wasn't where Schindler was. Coughlin was not where Schindler was expecting, and it turned into an own goal on Jake Schindler.
That was, November 5th, you said?
November 5th.
Yeah, so they were just still working out the kinks back then.
It was also on the second leg of a West Coast trip between Turlock and San Diego.
Right, so everyone was jet-lagged. I'd be surprised if something like that happened in the beginning of February.
Which is where we actually stand right now at the beginning of February. No, Forbes had some space if he wanted to go for goal. They try to pick it up in this left-hand corner. Finds a very easy goal for Ben Raymond.
It's that extra pass, Christian, that I was talking about. It's like when you're playing pitch and catch around the arc in basketball, looking for a three-pointer. Yeah, a slightly contested left wing three is a good shot, but a better shot is a wide open corner three. That's the guy you pass it to. That's what the Silver Knights did it right there.
And Ben Raymond has his 7th goal of the season. He's really come on in his 2nd year. More history watch also again. Arnold Forbes with that assist, 191 points for the Jamaican. So Cedar Rapids restart here as they are down 4-0 and need to get something going. This is also a Cedar Rapids team we haven't mentioned yet that's pretty tired, because they flew in from Iowa into Baltimore actually, because those were significantly cheaper flights, and then they just drove up from Baltimore to Syracuse. And that Baltimore to Syracuse trip is still no easy task, even though it is 5.5 hours. They did come in last night, so they've had all day to rest here in Syracuse. However, that's a lot of traveling for a team to play one game here on the East Coast this weekend.
And Syracuse is going to have to do that tomorrow. They're going to Baltimore tomorrow.
Syracuse is indeed going to have to make that Baltimore trip. From what I've heard, they're trying to make that trip tonight.
Just right after this game, they're picking up and leaving?
Yeah, that's apparently what the plan is, to try and play a Baltimore team that does not have the services of William Vanzella for the time being. It's Joey Capanos in goal for the Blast after Vanzella tore his adductor tendon and was out anywhere between 3 to 8 weeks. Arnold Forbes on the ball. Forbes forces a great save from Hayner. And now Gertie Gertson wants to break up the field. So they'll pass it back to Hayner. But back over to William Vanzella's injury as Coughlin with a save on Gertson. If you don't know where your adductor tendon is, that is right in your groin area on the inside of your leg. It is not a fun place to be injured. As Carl Forbes goes down to the ground. Best wishes to William Vanzella. It's a shame to see such a talented individual have to miss that much time. Jake Schindler. Less than 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Two goals in the first two quarters apiece for Syracuse. Gives them their 4-0 lead. For Fatawe. Push back. Coughlin passes back to Fatawe. Mario Alvarez providing some nice pressure. Same with Osvaldo Rojas. And Syracuse able to clear, though. Here's Bernardo Forbes. He wants to look long for Jake Schindler, but nicely intercepted there by Edwin Rojas. Back over to Forbes, though, and here's Slavisa. Guarded there hard by Alex Bradley and Victor France. And Slavisa keeping the ball on him. Fatawe back over to Slavisa. Huffman able to intercept the ball, though, and Tavernisi is called for fouling Huffman. Alvarez tried to run past Darren Toby, but instead falls right to his feet. Now Coughlin passes the ball back out. Liam Callahan tries to go off the boards. Couldn't do so, though. Alex Bradley. Victor Fritz, great recovery there from Joey Tavernisi to get a block. Tavernisi tries to go in for the tackle. Does so successfully. Here's Darren Toby. Slavisa has some space. Derek Huffman, though, right there. Here's Alex Bradley. Running down the right-hand side. Victor France. And now Liam Callahan able to get the ball off the boards, but it's right over to Huffman. Bobby Hurwitz. Not too much time here for Cedar Rapids. And France goes down. Dangerous spot to go down in the arc. No blue card, though, shown to the Silver Knights. But this is a very good opportunity here for the Silver Knights to try and get, I should say, for the Rampage, to try and get a goal before this half ends. Up to France, eyeing the goal. Said he'll call time.
And Victor France still arguing with the officials.
I think he's arguing for a pushing blue card, which would obviously put Syracuse in a much more precarious position, down to a 5v4 with 17.5 seconds left. We'll stay here as the Syracuse Silver Knights and the Cedar Rapids Rampage close out the second quarter. Christian de Guzman here with Jonah Karp, in a game that really has been a game that Syracuse has done well in the areas that it needs to do well in terms of head coach Ryan Hall's keys to success. Good team possession and good team defense, and that's what's gotten Syracuse to this 4-0 lead.
It's a combination of that and the fact that when the Rampage had the ball, the Rampage has just not been able to find the net at all. They've had a lot of open looks. It's just taking a lot of bad shots or being unlucky with a lot of the shots they take. So most of it is the fact that Syracuse is playing a great soccer game. They're playing great offense and a fantastic defense.
But here's a great chance for Cedar Rapids. It's Victor France back on the ball again. And Gordy Gertson in the middle of the park wasn't able to get the shot on target. Still not much time left for Cedar Rapids to try and get something here. It's 10 seconds. France tries the heroic shot and it goes into the netting. And that probably is going to be all she wrote for the first half of this game. Coughlin looks long. He wants to find Joey Tavernisi. Able to find his head. Yelvok wasn't able to run over to it. And that is indeed how the first quarter ends. Joey Tavernisi, Nate Bordeaux, Canardo Forbes, and Ben Raymond, the goal scorers for Syracuse, as they lead 4-0 at the end of 30 minutes of play.
So I'm gonna make a YouTube account and I'm gonna comment, what's the record? Well, your nickname.
Welcome back to Silver Knight Soccer here on MASL.TV. Christian Guzman with you for the second half. For the second half, I am joined by Mason Horan-Diskey. Mason, it's been a Syracuse Silver Knights team, like I talked about with Jonah, that's been all about good team possession and good team defense. The keys to success, like Ryan Hall has always mentioned, and that's what Syracuse is doing to get to this 4-0 lead.
Oh, well, 4 goals is impressive, but the story of the game, like you said, has been defense. You've seen players step up like Bo Yelovak and Joey Tavernisi with already 2 blocks on the day. Both teams have 12 shot attempts. Coughlin saved 4 of them. 4 goals is impressive, but defense is what is making this game right now.
And you know, Coach Ryan Hall, as a former defender with the Silver Knights and a defender of the year in the MISL, knows everything a lot about defense, and he's got to be very glad that his Silver Knights team is showing that today against the Cedar Rapids. Rampage will start things off here in this third quarter, trying to get back here, down 4-0. Victor France on the ball, guarded by Darren Toby. Darren Toby able to just wrestle the ball away from France, and the ball will go over to Hayner.
Once again, right there, you see the hard-hitting defense that Syracuse has shown all game so far. It's been the entire reason why they're up so much right now.
And you just look at the difference of body language from these teams. You see people like on the Syracuse bench, Ben Raymond jumping up and down, eager to get into the game. Players eager to look at the action. While you take a look at the Cedar Rampage bench, while they're looking over the boards, doesn't seem that same type of confidence, but the body language, and Bobby Hurwitz might be able to give them a boost here with a goal. So shutout gone for Andrew Coughlin. No, there will not be a third shutout in the MASL here tonight. Shutouts are coming already from San Diego and Milwaukee. Milwaukee actually shutting out Syracuse, but not for Andrew Coughlin here. He lets up the goal to Bobby Hurwitz, who picks up his 14th goal of the season.
Rampage finally getting in on the action, but with a 3-goal lead now, actually, that should be nothing to the concern of the Silver Knights.
It is still a lead that is not insurmountable by any sort of the imagination. Syracuse has given up 3-goal leads before to allow teams to come back into games. However, this is a Silver Knights team that does look primed to have a lot of energy again coming into this second half. Not really looking to rest on its laurels. However, slightly lazy there from Nate Bordeaux. Alex Bradley providing some nice pressure. Jake Schindler and Bordeaux able to work together to get the ball away. Schindler now being pressured by Bradley, and he's able to get the ball to Andrew Coughlin. So nice pressure is coming here from Cedar Rapids, pushing Syracuse all the way back. And Bordeaux is dispossessed here by Sam Guernsey. Guernsey, ball goes all the way into the boards, and it's going to be called last off a Cedar Rapids player, most likely Guernsey, and the Silver Knights will get a restart. So Bordeaux will get things going again for Syracuse, who lead 4-1. 1 goal coming into this quarter from Bobby Hurwitz. Huffman battling Yelovak. Yelovak has the ball in the corner, though. Gets the ball over to Ben Raymond. Bales closing him down. Forbes tries the 1-2 with Ben Raymond, but instead it's Yelovak who finds Forbes. Raymond over to Darren Toby. A lot of space for Slavisa on that left-hand side. Instead he'll just pass it back. It's really, really dangerous to leave Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic open on the left-hand side.
Oh, especially with that killer left foot that he has.
The Bosnian's left foot has served him very well throughout his entire MASL career. Yelovak falls to the ground as he gives the ball over to Darren Toby. Here's Forbes. Tried to look for Toby on the 1-2, but it's a nice job from Sam Guernsey to distract Forbes long enough. Rivaldo Rojas tries to get the ball away, but instead it's Darren Toby.
Syracuse again resetting the ball right there. They've been in control of this tempo for this game pretty much the entire time, being able to slow things down and speed them back up whenever they need to.
Yelovak will go off for a change as Joey Tavernisi comes on. Coughlin goes over to Forbes. Kind of a lazy pass. I don't think Forbes was expecting it, and Alvarez picks it back up for Cedar Rapids. Hayner trying to get the ball away. Does so, but it's between France and Bales. A good tackle from Joey Tavernisi. It just seemed like the ball couldn't find anyone's feet cleanly there. The ball kind of just got away from everyone's foot there. Not even Tavernisi would. The ball control that the Queens New York native does possess wasn't able to really control it there.
And what makes it even more unfortunate there is that it was a 3-1 situation. Syracuse could have easily capitalized on that.
But
Especially now
Hayner's
with
out
no
of his
keeper.
net. Here's Slavisa. Goes over to Schindler. Extra pass may be hurting Syracuse there, but they still have possession. Something that, again, Ryan Hall will be happy with. Here's Bordeaux.
You saw back there too, Hayner out of the goal. He's been all over the field this day, or this game.
Hayner's been acting more like a sixth attacker than he has been a normal goalie, but slight misuse of ball control there from Vitale, able to get the ball back anyway. And here's Bo Yelovak playing that target man hold-up role, but his pass is intercepted by Gerson. Gerson, foul called there on Yelovak, and Gerson, I thought he just tripped over the ball and knocked Yelovak, and instead it will be a restart for Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, that call could have gone either way.
Osvaldo Rojas doubled in the corner by Vitale and Thompson. Vitale goes to ground, and Rojas is going to be called for the foul. Brian Miller and Ramiro Cruz have had their hands full on the officiating end today.
Oh, a lot of whistles in this game so far.
Arriaga goes for a goal, and Coughlin was going to his left. Gernson got it across goal, and there is Osvaldo Rojas with the goal. So 2 straight goals on the trot here for the Cedar Rapids Rampage, and Ryan Hall wants a timeout. 10:28 left to go in this third quarter, and we'll be back with Syracuse leading Cedar Rapids 4-2. Something that Coach Ryan Hall has told me multiple times, Mason, is that indoor soccer is a game of momentum. Currently, that momentum is squarely in the court of the Cedar Rapids Rampage after scoring 2 goals within the first 5 minutes to start this third quarter. As Syracuse still does lead 4-2. Christian Guzman here alongside Mason Horodisky. But Syracuse has got to be careful because, like I said, Cedar Rapids has the momentum in their court right now, and they could use that easily to score more goals here. But a nice turn from Slavisa. He was fouled there by Victor France.
But yeah, going back to what you were saying, Christian, this game's momentum sure seems like it's starting to teeter a little bit. That was a much-needed timeout by Coach Hall there. Hopefully he was able to talk some sense into the Silver Knights.
Tavernisi battling against Huffman there. Eventually the ball goes over to Ben Raymond. Here's Slavisa, leaves it nicely for Jake Schindler! And it's cleared off the line. Looked like it was Huffman who got the last touch on that for the Cedar Rapids Rampage.
Schindler was in the right place at the right time there.
Crucial block there in front of goal. Cleared the ball off the line. But Jake Schindler, nice off-ball move from there. You see, he was all alone on that right-hand side. Unfortunate for him not to get a goal there. Bernardo Forbes had Nate Bordeaux, and looks like it's a handball that's called on Bobby Hurwitz. And that puts the ball very close to the top of the arc. No Slavisa on the pitch for this top of the arc opportunity, so it will be Bernardo Forbes who stands over it.
Usually this is Slavisa's bread and butter, but Canardo just as good on that top of the arc.
He'll pass it for Ben Raymond! And Ben Raymond celebrates with his friends in the crowd as he has scored his second goal of the game.
Well, like
Points watch, Bernardo Forbes is now on 192 with his third assist of the second assist of the game, his third point of the game. Ben Raymond has the second goal to give the Syracuse Silver Knights a 5-2 lead.
Well, like you said, Raymond's had a lot of energy out here on the field today, but I wasn't ready for him to bring that energy literally outside of the field into the crowd right there.
All right, well, you don't have the glass on the boards. It's very easy to jump in the crowd and celebrate with a couple of your friends. Ben Raymond getting that opportunity there. With his second goal, Raymond now has 8 goals on the season, and it's a 5-2 lead for the Silver Knights. And ironically, the last Silver Knights goal was scored by Ben Raymond off an assist from Conrado Forbes. So, kind of like a little deja vu there, except it wasn't on the top of the arc restart. But nevertheless, Raymond from Forbes, second time in a row. And now Syracuse looks to pressure once again. Yelovak back over to Schindler. Unlucky for him not to get a goal just a couple of seconds ago. And here's Patrick Thompson. Now Patrick Thompson has been kind of quiet, especially with the return of Conrado Forbes. But that last game against Florida, he really did shine. Unfortunate not to get a goal for the Norfolk, Virginia native.
Well, when a player like Conrado Forbes is back in the lineup, you have to expect some type of role to be a little bit diminished, and that is unfortunately what happened in the case of Patrick Thompson. Still a phenomenal player nonetheless, but everyone knows how electric Conrado Forbes can be on offense when he's in. And here he comes back onto the pitch right now.
Again, he's at 192 points for his Syracuse career. Savisa Ubiparapovic still sitting on 195 points. So Forbes closing him down slightly. Should be an interesting race to see who gets to 200 points first in a Silver Knights uniform.
And speaking of points records, Joey Tavernisi is just 5.
Hayner pressured there. But a good job from the Rapids defense to close him out. Raymond was on the high track. Ubiparapovic, great save, Hayner.
The left foot of Ubi Parapovic finally stopped right there by Hayner.
When it's from that close of a distance also, I would not want to be a goalie trying to face that shot. But Yelovak has some space down the right-hand side. Nice interception, though, from Guernsey to get the ball away. However, Syracuse retains possession. Here's Andrew Coughlin. Over to Jake Schindler. Back over to Ubi Parapovic. He's on the right side. Pass over to Forbes. Back over to Schindler.
Great pass there by Conrado, using the wall to his advantage.
Here is Conrado looking for Tavernisi. Tavernisi pressured there by Charlie Bales. Domenico Vitale coming into some pressure as well. Forbes, nice over to Vitale. Vitale will settle things down and find Ubi Parapovic. And Syracuse retains possession. Savisa looking for the shot. That was close as Guernsey's deflection was able to get it onto the boards.
Saw a little bit of the fire in the eye of Ubi Parapovic right there. He saw daylight and he knew exactly what he wanted.
Visa's one of those guys who, if he does see daylight, will want to go for goal.
Hence why he is so close to that 200 points right there.
Indeed, indeed. He's 24 points on the season, 13 goals and 11 assists. Came into this season leading Conrado Forbes on points coming into this season. Savisa with 171. Forbes was sitting at 167 coming into this season. Ironically, both of them had 90 goals coming into this season, and Savisa just edged out Forbes by 4 assists. But here is Forbes down the right-hand side. Forbes was looking for Yelovak. Could have had a hat trick of assists. But instead, it's Cedar Rapids who wants to break. Mario Alvarez looking for Victor France. France left-footed shot off the inside of the bar. But Brian Miller and Ramiro Cruz are going to say good goal. France picks up his 14th goal of the season, and the deficit for Cedar Rapids is down to 2.
What an impressive goal right there by France. Not only putting it to the top of the goal, but also still being undermanned with the 2v4 break right there for the Rampage.
It's an excellent left-footed shot there from the Brazilian and Victor France. France actually started this season with St. Louis. He was traded in December to the Rapids, to the Rampage, I should say. And last year, he was the leading scorer for St. Louis.
Well, absolutely, and you saw right there, it's a player that can get things going.
Parapovic,
speaking of,
dispossessed. Alex Bradley. And it's Osvaldo Rojas who picks up his second goal. And again, this game is a game of momentum switches. Rojas picks up his second goal, his 6th of the season. And now the Rampage have the momentum back in their court. And that body language earlier that we talked about, that where the Rampage were just hunched over on the bench, they didn't have that much confidence. All of a sudden, these Rampage players now look a little bit more lively. This is a 1-goal game now, and Syracuse, it's got to be careful.
You're seeing a 180-degree turn of momentum right now, Christian. This could be bad for Syracuse. They are on a very, very slippery slope right now.
And even Darren Toby just getting pressured there by Alex Bradley. Able to get the ball away, and here's Arriaga. France. Bordeaux passes back to Coughlin. Got to be careful there on those pass backs. And now again, defense slowly starting to fail Syracuse. Just able to get the ball away.
Very lucky there on Syracuse's end that they didn't capitalize on that one.
Hurwitz able to get the ball in the corner. And Coughlin picks it up. Something that the Silver Knights will always practice in their training sessions is defensive clearances. Balls coming from the back. That's another bad defensive clearance here. A nice job by Coughlin to get the ball away.
Excellent effort on the part of Coughlin, getting right in there into the nitty-gritty of the play.
Holding the ball up is Arriaga. Batawe trying to play the ball off the boards. Pressure there coming from Gory Gerson. Yelovak on the left-hand side, trying to get the ball away from Victor France. France finds Sandoval.
I said earlier in the quarter, Christian, that Syracuse has been dictating the tempo of this game, but now, like you said before, with this momentum change, it seems like Cedar Rapids is taking their time on offense and setting things up.
Bernardo Forbes has the ball, trying to battle Edwin Rojas, able to get past him down the left-hand side. Let's see if he can hold the ball up for Syracuse. Does so, finding Joey Tavernisi. Tavernisi with a nice ball roll, and he's able to draw the foul. Ben Raymond will restart here at 4:09 left to go into third period. It is 5-4 in favor of the Silver Knights. However, for all 4 of Cedar Rapids goals coming in this quarter alone.
Great find by Raymond.
Yeah, it was Forbes who tried to look for Schindler's head. A very nice chip there, you could say, from Bernardo Forbes. However, it wasn't quite on target to the header, Jake Schindler. Hander looking long for Osvaldo Rojas, who is on a hat trick, but the ball bounced into the Syracuse bench.
Quick turnover right there for Syracuse. Let's see if they can capitalize on this one.
Patrick Thompson. Battling Edwin Rojas, able to get by him. Hander's well out of his goal, though. He's done that multiple times, but leaves him exposed for moments like this. Raymond, though, wants to settle things down. Hander back in his goal. Here's Lavisa. Back over to Coughlin. Now Toby. Pressure coming from Osvaldo Rojas. Oh, nice move there from Coughlin. Coughlin played as a forward before going over to goal. That's a handball called on Sam Gerdsey.
Hey, man, goalkeepers can have handles, too. What can I say?
Yeah, you take a look at some clips from Manuel Neuer when he's with Bayern Munich. He has great on-ball skills. Of course, that helps being one of the best goalkeepers in the world as well, but his on-ball skills are nothing to be overlooked. Joey Tavernisi fights in the corner. Hainer able to catch the ball as Tavernisi is pushed towards the ground.
Tavernisi looking for a call right there, just not coming up with one.
Pass from Rojas, tipped by Canardo. Here comes Slavisa. Canardo, Toby in the box. Can't find a good turn there, as that's a great defensive effort there by Arriaga.
It looked like Canardo was looking for Ubi Parapovic there too, as he was coming in on the play. But Toby ended up trying to take it for himself.
Batawa able to get the ball away from Gerson. Here's Forbes, but great job there from Gory Gerson. Gerson trying to force to his left-hand side, and Jake Schindler able to chest the ball back to Andrew Coughlin.
Great job on Syracuse's part, recognizing the 2v3 and filling the holes that they needed to.
Forbes against Charlie Bales. Mario Alvarez also providing support, but here's Ben Raymond, who has all the space he wants down the left-hand side. Raymond will go all the way, and Hainer able to save it. And now the Rapids want to break. Here's Alvarez. Bordeaux tried to intercept that, but it was picked up by France, and here's Huffman.
Just a little short on the part of Bordeaux right there.
Under 2 minutes now left to go in this third period. 5-4 is the lead for the Syracuse Silver Knights over Cedar Rapids. Has momentum. Here's Mario Alvarez. Shot! And I don't think Coughlin got a save to that. It was wide of his net. Nice job from Bales, but again, a better job from Raymond to get the ball away. And now Bordeaux tries to keep the ball in play, does, but it's over to Mario Alvarez. Here's France. Huffman looked ready to fire up a shot, but Yelovak closed him down. Here's Alvarez. Hurwitz. Back over to Huffman. France on the ball will give it to Bales. 1:11 to go in this third quarter. Hayner.
And here we see again Cedar Rapids keeping the tempo to themselves.
Hurwitz all alone on the left-hand side. Schindler closes him down. Oh, we're trying to put some moves onto Jake Schindler. Schindler able to wrestle Hurwitz to the ground. No foul called on the big Rochester native. Jake Schindler.
You're not gonna win a wrestling match with Jake Schindler.
Especially when Jake Schindler stands at that imposing 5'11", 205 pounds.
That is a Mack truck of a human being.
Slavisa in the middle of the park. 35 seconds for Syracuse to try and get another goal before the end of the third quarter. Darren Toby down the left-hand side. Guarded there by Mario Alvarez. Hurwitz also in the corner there. Liam Callahan trying to help out Toby. 20 seconds. Zubi Parapovic has some space on the right-hand side. Callahan going over to the right as well. Ben Raymond has a little space on the left now.
Only 10 seconds left. Syracuse looking for that final shot opportunity.
Yeah, Raymond was looking for Yelovak down there on the left elbow. Not able to find him. Now trying to find him here under 2 seconds. Trying to shot from Darren Toby. And no, it's over the bar.
Great shot idea by Toby, but at the end of the day, they couldn't just get anything going.
Cedar Rapids has got back into this game, though. 4 goals in this period for the Cedar Rapids Rampage. 1 lone goal coming from Syracuse. We'll go into this fourth quarter with Syracuse only up by 1 over Cedar Rapids. 15 minutes left to play here between the Cedar Rapids Rampage and the Syracuse Silver Knights. Syracuse running up 4 goals in the period.
What a
Indeed-
turn of events we've seen so far,
Indeed
Christian.
a turn of events as Syracuse starts here the fourth quarter trying to put the game to rest here against the Rampage, but the Rampage have a ton of momentum in their court after scoring all 4 of their goals in the last quarter. Osvaldo Rojas scored 2 for the Rampage in the last quarter. Ben Raymond only the lone goal scorer for Syracuse in the last quarter as well. Got to be careful here for Cedar Rapids though, and Nate Bordeaux called on a foul, and it's the Rampage who get the possession back.
And you talked about Osvaldo Rojas, but another player that you want to look out for on Cedar Rapids right now is Gordy Gerson. He's been on 3 assists so far in this game, and in the last game against Syracuse had 4 goals, including the game winner. This is a player that's slowly morphing himself into a Syracuse killer.
Gerson goes to exactly, I should say, 30 points on the season with those 3 assists. He's got 11 assists and 19 goals. Here's Guernsey. Edwin Rojas. Guernsey once again.
And despite Cedar Rapids being down, they are taking this game nice and slow, looking for the perfect opportunity to try and break even.
Bradley looking in the middle of the box for Gerdson, I should say. But Syracuse wants to break here with Liam Callahan. His pass, though, not sure it was intended for, but instead Cedar Rapids able to get the ball back. Here's Edwin Rojas.
Yeah, the only player up in front of him was Nate Bordeaux, but that was nowhere near him regardless, so I don't know what he was really looking for.
Rojas off the boards. Zubuparovic. Back over to Osvaldo Rojas. Rojas off the boards once again. Here's Zubuparovic who pokes the ball away. Syracuse Silver Knights would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter founded in Huddersfield, England. It's one of the world's oldest sporting goods brand, starting production in 1817. Miter, proud sponsor of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MSL and MASL2.
Now take a look at Syracuse right now, Christian. They're crashing really close now towards the goal, something that we didn't see at all really in the first half. They're making sure that they're staying in and compact right next to Andrew Coughlin, especially after that 4-goal third quarter.
Ball off the boards from Huffman. Can't find anyone, though. Here's Ben Raymond. Nice job from Edwin Rojas to dispossess him, though. Rojas finds Mario Alvarez. Ernson. Can't find anyone, though. Osvaldo Rojas was in the middle of the box. He is on a hat trick. Remember that. Victor France and Bobby Hurwitz, the other goal scorers for Cedar Rapids in that last half. Coughlin able to wrestle the ball out of the box. Cedar Rapids wanted a call there for Coughlin being out of the box, grabbing that ball. But it goes over to Syracuse. He's looking long for Yelovak. Can't find him, though. The ball finds Hurwitz, and here's Victor France. Savisa able to win the ball back, though. Huffman trying to crash the boards. And here's Bo Yelovak. Hayner.
He's free.
Coming out. Did the ball go over the line? Brian Miller says no.
What an unbelievable save by Miller.
Referee Brian Miller saying the ball did not go over the line. .36 left to go in this fourth period. 5-4. Silver Knights lead. Henner. Looking long for France. Bales. Nate Bordeaux able to block that with his stomach a little bit lower, and Bordeaux would be speaking in a higher octave tomorrow.
That would not be fun.
Hayner looks for a Sandoval in the corner. Yelovak right there.
Hayner once again, too, on the other side of the field.
And Yelovak is called on the foul. France stands over the ball. 1 goal to his name today. France looking for Sandoval, and that shot is well wide to the right. And the ball will bounce over. Brian Miller and Ramiro Cruz have no idea who that went off. So they're going to talk things over here.
This is a toss-up call right here. Could honestly go either
This
way.
is a big call because this could be defensive clearance if it was off Syracuse, and it's not. So Silver Knights will get the ball. Maybe the argument there was just if Bo Yelovak might have gotten a touch on that. And so Conrado Forbes will try to head the ball over to Tavernisi, and the ball hits the scoreboard here from Arriaga, and that puts the ball at the shootout spot as the Syracuse white line.
And both of their hard-hitting offensive players, Conrado Forbes and Tavernisi, are back on the pitch. Syracuse could be cooking something up right now.
It'll be Jake Schindler who stands over the ball. Tavernisi, where he likes to lurk, out one of the posts. He's to the right post of Hayner. Bordeaux. Shot is blocked by Arriaga. Bordeaux. Over to Forbes. Here's Schindler. Gernson marking him. Fatawe. Nice pressure from France to push Fatawe back. Here's Andrew Coughlin. Nardo Forbes. Great block there from Alvarez to provide a ton of pressure onto Forbes. And the ball goes back to Andrew Coughlin. Clears the ball, but it's only over to Sandoval. And Rampage now take possession. France trying a ball in the box for Gerson, who hasn't scored a goal today, but like you said, Mason, 3 assists to Gerson's name. He goes to the ground. Silver Knights get possession, though. Here's Bordeaux. He's found Conrado Forbes on the left-hand side. Has to beat Mario Alvarez, but the Rampage are running back. Here's Forbes. Right-footed shot. And both France and Sandoval went to the ground to block that, and the ball goes over the boards.
Conrado knew exactly what he wanted to do right there, and he wanted that shot. But he still had 2 players on the right side of the field that he could have maybe utilized. At the end of the day, though, it's an either-or call, or either-or play on his part.
Savisa over to Toby. That's Conrado Forbes. Back over to Toby. Parapovic. Darren Toby. Over 5 minutes gone in this final frame of action here. Silver Knights trying to hold on to that 5-4 lead.
Not a lot of aggressiveness right now on Syracuse's offensive part, and don't expect it until they absolutely need it. If they're going to hold on to this 1-goal lead, they're going to have to do so carefully.
But Conrado Forbes' shot just sizzles wide. We talk a lot about the left-footed Salivis Ubi Parapovic, but you cannot sleep on that right-footed shot from Conrado Forbes.
Oh, this man has an absolute rocket of a boot when it comes from there, especially coming on that side of the field.
Here's Slavisa. Dispossessed by Alvarez. One-on-one for him as he's against Raymond. Has Hurwitz to his left. Uses him. A little too far for Hurwitz, and that forces the shot to go wide left. Maybe the Rampage a little bit too fast there, and here's Yelovak in the middle of the park. Yelovak dispossessed, though, by Edwin Rojas. And now Rojas looked like Alex Bradley on the left-hand side. Wasn't able to find him, though. Here's Derek Huffman with a shot. Goes into the netting, though.
Long shot right there by Huffman, trying to make an even score.
Huffman with 7 goals on the season. He's looking for number 8 in a spectacular fashion there. Coughlin will restart things. 8:43 left to go in the 4th quarter of action. As he finds Jake Schindler, he heads the ball down to Joey Tavernisi. Pressured there by 2 Rampage players, one of them being Huffman, the other Edwin Rojas. Hayner chips the ball away, looking for Osvaldo Rojas, who's battling Domenico Vitale. According Gerson is there, and a late call coming on the foul committed by Vitale.
Looks like Gerson's calling for a card potentially as well.
Hayner will be the one who restarts things. Finds Edwin Rojas. Osvaldo Rojas. Foul called in the corner, and you can see Syracuse's frustration is starting to mount here.
Well, it's hard not to be a little bit frustrated, especially after giving up 4 goals in the quarter.
No goals scored here in the 4th. Again, 4 scored for the Rampage in the 3rd quarter. Only 1 for Syracuse in that 3rd quarter. Aaron Rojas is the man on the ball, trying to look for someone in the middle of the box. Jerry Tavernisi has it though. He'll clear it all the way across the field and force Hainer to go back to his net. And we'll restart things here with Derek Hoffman. Back over to Hainer. Hainer House. This is Sam Guernsey. Back over to Hainer. We're trying to find Osvaldo Rojas. Rojas, though, forced all the way back. Here's Huffman. Guernsey. Rojas and Guernsey playing their own 1-2. And Guernsey, that shot goes into the netting. Gordy Gertz didn't think that ball actually left the play, but it definitely went into the netting.
Andrew Coughlin gives him a nice shrug, too.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Gertz... Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gernson thought that ball was still in play. By the way, he absolutely went for that rocket of a shot. But instead, the ball went out of the play. It will be a restart for Andrew Coughlin. When we come back here, 7:36 left to go in the fourth period. Syracuse trying to hold on to a 5-4 lead. Silver Knights restart things here with 7:36 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. It's Syracuse who has a 5-4 lead, but that lead threatened in the third quarter with 4 goals. All of Rampage's 4 goals coming in that fourth quarter. Darren Toby able to outmuscle Charlie Bales. He's trying to battle Bobby Horwitz down those boards, and there's a nice escape from Darren Toby to get away. Coughlin plays it back over to Ben Raymond. Raymond now has some space down the middle of the field. Passes over to Conardo Forbes. There's Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic. And over to Darren Toby on the right-hand side.
Like you said, though, too, Christian, it is crunch time right now. And even though Cedar Rapids had a huge third quarter, they have still yet to get a shot off in this quarter, despite being down 1 and already halfway into the final period or quarter.
Jolovac's first touch fails him there as he kicks the ball into the stands. And Hainer gets the ball from Sandoval to restart things, but however, Darren Toby has found it. Charlie Bales, though, able to dispossess the Silver Knights, and Jolovac was free on the left-hand side if Syracuse was able to get the ball to him. Ben Raymond forces Victor France away from him and gets the ball over to Slavisa Ubi-Parapovic.
Raymond, the unlikely spark plug today.
Ben Raymond leads Syracuse with 2 goals. One of those goals coming in the third quarter. Both of them assisted by Conardo Forbes, who has a goal to himself today. And the ball goes into the stand. Syracuse now gets a restart here. And Brian Miller might have potentially signaled there for a defensive clearance. But no, it will be a restart as the ball did not get cleared before it crossed the white line. Here is Jolovac.
Looks like Syracuse is opting to put in some size on the defensive front with Jolovac and Schindler out there.
Forwards battling Gerson. He's also batting Sandoval in there, but it's Ubi-Parapovic who gets the ball from Vitale. And a whistle is blown. Looks like from Ramiro Cruz the whistle was blown. And not sure if the foul was called on. Looks like it was called on Yoshio Sandoval.
Another whistle and another reset possession for Syracuse right here.
Sylvisa will use that reset to keep possession as he passes it back to Andrew Coughlin. Coughlin back to Sylvisa. Here's Coughlin. He's got Jake Schindler all alone on the right-hand side. I don't think Schindler noticed that. Now he goes off the boards. Joey Tavernisi goes wide left. Canado Forbes' left-footed shot is well high, though.
That is unfortunate, too, because Canardo had an open net. Looked ready to get that off, but way high.
Little too eager there for Canardo Forbes, and it's Cedar Rapids who restarts things here. Vitale heads the ball back over to Joey Tavernisi. Guernsey wins the 50-50, though. Here's Alex Bradley. Bradley battling against Toby. Nice job from Darren Toby. Get a block. Toby now in the corner. Gets the ball away, but Yoshio Sandoval picks it up in midfield. Passes back to Ainer House. Here's Ainer. Ainer finds Alvarez. Darren Toby able to pick the ball off, though. Gertson, nice move to get the ball away, but it's Nate Bordeaux who finds it. Domenico Vitale, and now back to Bordeaux. Bordeaux had a run from Canardo Forbes. Will decide to use it as he's down the left-hand side. Forbes, nice touch with his first touch with the chest, but a nice job there from Mariaga to get the ball away. And Jake Schindler picked the ball up, finds Forbes down the right-hand side, guarded there by Mario Alvarez. Here is Slavisa. And he'll pass the ball back to Coughlin. Coughlin has Domenico Vitale all alone down the left-hand side. Vitale's left-footed shot goes wide left.
Looks like Syracuse is really trying to extend that lead right now.
A whistle blown here by Cruz. Ramiro Cruz.
A lot of nice shot attempts by Syracuse right there in such a short amount of time. It looks like the turf has come up a little bit on the field.
Officials just fixing that. Brian Miller, who is fixing it. Cedar Rapids will use that time to get a change in. Change pretty much 4 members of the line that they started with. It's Domenico Vitale, who will switch out for Syracuse. Ben Raymond comes in. Forbes, Raymond, Hubi-Parapovich, Yelovak, and Schindler on the field for Syracuse. Osvaldo Rojas, Hurwitz, Alvarez, Arriaga, and Huffman on the field for the Rapids. As a little bit more turf maintenance is being done here. And the officials will issue everyone off the field as they continue to try and fix the turf here.
Syracuse could use this to their advantage. They get a nice free timeout right here. And could talk over and see what they can get going with just 4:24 left in the final quarter of play.
The MLS and MASL and MITRE show a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. MITRE's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for Major League Arena Soccer play. MITRE's Astro Division is specifically designed for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. We'll be back. Silver Knights lead 5-4 with 4:24 left to go in the fourth. Thanks to the ground crew here for fixing up the turf, as Syracuse will restart things here with 4:24 left to go in the fourth period. Silver Knights with a 5-4 lead over the Cedar Rapids. Rampage. Jake Schindler with the restart. Finds Patrick Thompson.
Now, Christian, if I have one idea in mind right now for Syracuse, it is not to let Gordy Gerson anywhere near the goal with these as the clock starts to tick down. He has 3 game winners on the season already and 1 against Syracuse in his last 4-goal outing against the Knights.
Bordeaux provided some nice pressure there on Hayner. The ball eventually gets away. Cedar Rapids trying to get the ball. Bordeaux! Sorry, that's not Bordeaux. That's Patrick Thompson, who does a nice little Irish shuffle to put Syracuse up 6-4. Patrick Thompson's got some nice moves there, and he gets that goal that probably comes a game too late. Definitely deserved that against Florida, but he picks up his 3rd goal of the season finally, and Silver Knights restore their 2-goal lead.
Thompson making the most of the lapse of judgment right there by Derek Huffman with the botched pass over to the keeper. And Thompson was able to capitalize on that, extending the lead to 2 again.
And Ante Chope wasting no time pulling Hayner House. He's pulled out the 6th attacker jersey for Sam Guernsey to wear here. So under 4 minutes to go, and with the 6-4 deficit, Cedar Rapids tries to push for a final goal here. Bobby Hurwitz looks over for Derek Huffman. Huffman, Sam Guernsey, and Victor France. The midfielders. Alex Bradley not able to find the ball there to Bobby Hurwitz. Corrado Forbes tried to get it past Sam Guernsey, and Guernsey just running back to get it.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that on Syracuse.
Bordeaux with the handball, though, and it's Guernsey who will get the restart.
But yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen more of those types of shots from Syracuse. I mean, Hayner was out of the goal most of the game already.
Schindler, though, with a foul. France. Forbes able to intercept it. Syracuse might have numbers. Forbes got Schindler to his right. Being pressured by Derek Huffman, though, and Forbes settles things down. Nate Bordeaux. Nicely intercepted, though, by Victor France. And Cedar Rapids will look to push here. Bobby Hurwitz has a lot of space down the middle. Darren Toby had to stop there. Domenico Fatale, and Toby able to get the ball away.
Great defense right there by Toby, able to keep up with the hustle of him right there.
France wins the balls back, though. And Gerson hasn't able to find the back of the net today, and once again is denied.
That is a dangerous man to have already that close to the goal. Syracuse shouldn't have that happen yet again.
Earl Forbes looking long for Joey Tavernisi. 1 goal to his name today. Tavernisi also with an assist today. Passes it back to Domenico Vitale. Sam Guernsey cannot feel good in net right now, as he does get the ball away, though. Hurwitz pressured. And here's Alex Bradley and the Rampage. Have 2 minutes and 5 seconds to try and find 2 goals. Here's Huffman.
We've already seen a lot of pressure put on Cedar Rapids offense onto the Syracuse defense.
Bradley.
And it's going to be even more exemplified now.
Guernsey. Back over to Bradley. France. Hurwitz. And Darren Toby able to get the ball. It goes over to the chest of Slavisa. Not able to control it, though. Here comes Slavisa, though. Has a ton of space. Huffman's closing him down quickly. Slavisa! But the shot goes to the feet of Guernsey. Still, that's another 30 seconds off the clock for Cedar Rapids. They've got under 90 seconds now to find 2 goals. France. Looking for Gertson. Tries the acrobatic shot. Goes wide. Tavernisi gets the ball off the boards. Guernsey able to pick it back up in midfield. Minute and 9 seconds left to go in this game. France. Doubled there. Passes all the way across the field for Hurwitz. Here's Gertson. Gertson with the shot. Easy there for Kaufman to use the boards to his advantage. And now Kaufman tried to look for Yellowvock there on a run. But here's Derek Huffman. Gertson closed down there by Fatale. Under a minute. Slavisa heads the ball down. Ball in the middle. Osvaldo Rojas. Toby. Yellowvock clears it. Patrick Thompson running down the side. 1 goal already today.
He's got no one.
Thompson. Can't find a goal, though. Guernsey able to win it back. However, situation looks dire for the Rampage now. 24 seconds to find 2 goals. France over to Guernsey. I should say Gernson. Gernson taken to the ground. Gordy still can't find the back of the net. France. Osvaldo Rojas on a hat trick, but his left-footed shot goes into the netting. 12 seconds left, and the Rampage doesn't look like they'll have much hope for getting 2 goals. Silver Knights fans getting loud. Schindler holds the ball down. Cedar Rapids is waving the white flag. And Syracuse with a very big win over the second place team in the MASL Central Division. They win against the Cedar Rapids Rampage 6-4.
Not only is that a great win against a great team, but it's a great time to have that win. Playoffs are right around the corner, and Syracuse is red hot right now.
And Syracuse matches their longest winning streak of the season with 3 straight wins. However, that's going to be tested tomorrow against a very good Baltimore team who broke Syracuse's last 3-game win streak back on January 12th. Syracuse looks for revenge tomorrow at the SCCU Arena in Townsend, Maryland. But for now, it's Christian Guzman alongside Mason Horodisky and Jonah Karp saying so long for the Syracuse Iron Center War Memorial Arena. The next game for Syracuse back at home is on February 11th, next Sunday, against Harrisburg. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching this production of Syracuse Silver Knights Soccer here on MASL.TV.